Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another match reaction here on Matt Talks United. And today we're gonna break down and react to the first game of the Premier League season, where United open up the Premier League season, first game of the Premier League as well, at Old Trafford against Fulham, and they find a way right at the end to to beat Fulham 1-0. Now, look, it's always nice to take the 3 points, right, and get the win, but we have to be truthful here because that performance, while there were some parts of that performances I liked, there was a lot of that performance where it was very shaky and major improvements are needed. But before we get into this match reaction, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Also, turn on post notifications to let you know anytime I upload a video or go live on the channel. But yeah, because I just want to keep giving you guys content here on the channel, so just make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. But anyway, yeah, let's get into it. The actual lineup part, like when the lineup was announced, I liked part of the lineup and I didn't like part of the lineup, and I'll explain which parts I liked and I didn't like. So first of all, you had Onana in that. I thought he had a pretty solid game. Pretty really didn't have a lot to do, but when he needed to make a save, he did. You had Diogo Dalot at left back, which spectacular game by Dalot. He was really good. Got up the pitch a lot of the times, made some nice passes, also made some nice defense plays as well. So major shout out to Dalot there. Then you have the then you have the center back pairing in Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire. Lisandro Martinez, some shaky moments from him today. Some shaky moments from him today. Gave the ball away a couple times, and he did get cooked on the outside in the first half when he had to come up against Adama Traore. But pretty much after that, I mean, in the second half, he made a really nice clearance, which stopped the Fulham goal. So even though he was a little shaky today, I thought he played all right today. So credit to him. Harry Maguire. Now, listen, I would have loved to see Matthias de Ligt make his Man United debut today, but I understand it because he really didn't have a preseason with Bayern Munich. So I understand giving Harry Maguire the start today. And credit to Harry Maguire because I was a little nervous for him today, but he played really well today. So major credit to him. And listen, if he's going to stick around this year and he's going to be United's fourth center back, and listen, if he's going to keep putting performances like this, then listen, I'm all then welcome then to keep Maguire on as the fourth center back and sell a guy like Lindelof. So major credit to Harry today. Good job by him. Then Nusir Mazraoui made his debut for Man United at right back today. And listen, Mazraoui today, really good. Really good from Mazraoui. I liked what I saw from him. Very tidy on the ball. The difference between him and a guy like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, just two totally different dimensions. I mean, Mazraoui is so tidy on the ball, can actually get forward, puts it puts in some nice passes, puts in some nice crosses, and he was exceptional for United today. So major credit to him. Kobe Mainu and Casemiro with a midfield pivot. Mainu, another good game from him today. Keep on what you're doing, Kobe, because that's what I like to see. Casemiro, he was exceptional today. Made a couple shaky passes in the first half at the start of the game, but after that, he really bulked down. Got high up the pitch, was pressing a little bit, which is not really his game, but you know what? He was excellent today. Made some nice passes later on in the game. He got screwed of 2 assists as well, and we'll get onto the guy that you know ended up missing those 2 chances. But he was excellent today. And look, it's not a surprise. Casemiro is still a world class CDM. And listen, when you actually play a compact midfield and you don't actually leave him alone in the midfield and send 6 guys up the pitch, then Casemiro can be very useful. So shout out to Cas today because he was excellent. Rashford was on the left wing. Nah, not it. Not it. Had a bad community shield, and I thought, you know what, maybe he could put his head down, put in a performance today, but Rashford was just not good at all today. Terrible by him. He needs to start improving, otherwise his spot should be in doubt. But with Eric Ten Hag and his dumbass, I don't trust him to take out Marcus Rashford. So he'll probably continue on playing, even though he had a bad game today. Amad Diallo on the right wing wasn't exceptional, but I thought he was decent. For what he had to work with today, I thought Ahmad was decent. Made a couple nice passes, was able to skip past a couple guys. Like I said, wasn't exceptional, but he was decent. And then the two guys we have to talk about because listen, ZIRKZEE scored today coming off the bench, and major credit to him because scoring on your Man United debut was just what a goal by him today as well. But Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes as your two most forward guys cannot happen anymore. I'm sorry. Mason Mount as the 10 does not offer anything. He is not technical enough on the ball to be a 10. All he does is run around. That's literally all he does. He gave away the ball so many times today. I do not want to see Mason Mount anymore as the number 10. I don't want to see it anymore. And Bruno Fernandez as the false nine. This guy, Bruno is terrible. He is terrible. This guy has no football intelligence whatsoever. All he does is spam through balls, and half of them come out and half of them don't come out. He's two absolute. He robbed Casemiro of two assists today. Unbelievable. Just terrible of him today. And he also caused a turnover, which then led to a Fulham um counterattack in the second half, which they almost scored, but thankfully Lissandro Martinez, like I mentioned before, he made that nice tackle, or he made that nice clearance to get the ball out to avoid a goal, but terrible. Joshua ZIRKZEE has to start next game. Has to start next game. But if we actually get into the actual game, right? Like the first 20-25 minutes, I would say United were not good. They gave Fulham way too much respect and they gave them way too much of the ball. And United really couldn't create anything as well. Because a lot of the times, United in the first half, they tried to create through the middle and they couldn't because they didn't have a striker to hold up the ball. And yeah, sure, you could say Bruno is the false nine. He could do it, but he's not technical enough on the ball to ball and to distribute it. He is not. So they didn't have a link man and a guy to hold up the ball in the middle. That's why they couldn't, build up to the middle of the pitch, which is why towards the end of the first half, because the last 15 to 20 minutes of the first half, they were really good. That's why you saw them really use the flanks a lot. They used the flanks a lot and they were able to create some chances from that. You know, it came from the outside. Then we saw Casemiro with it, and Casemiro ended up giving those two nice passes to Bruno, which he missed, and he should have scored. So I mean, really, it should have United should have been up 2-0 at the 2-0 at the end of the first half. So all in all, like the first half wasn't great, wasn't terrible. It was okay. Like I said, first 20-25 minutes wasn't great, but the last 15 to 20 minutes, that's what you want to start to that's what you really want to see from United. Then the second half, I thought the first 10 minutes United were really good, created a couple chances. Mason Mount again missed the sitter. So it should have been 3-0 United at that point. And then we have to talk about it, right? Because the substitutions that Eric Ten Hag made today, he almost threw away this game. Almost. Because you take off Amad Diallo and you take off Mason Mount, right? And you bring on Xerxes and Garnacho, right? I just I don't understand that substitution. So you finally bring on Xerxes, who's a striker and is also a link man. He can link the play. But then at the same time, you take off Amad Diallo, who is a link player and would work nicely with Joshua Xerxes. Like, I don't get the point of that. Like, sure, was Ahmad exceptional today, like I said? No, he wasn't. But if you give him a link guy like Joshua Xerxes and they're able to interchange and play nice 1-2s together, then you could see more chances created like that. So I really didn't get the substitution at all. It was baffling to me. Then because like Garnacho also came on as well. He wasn't great. I know he ended up getting the assist on the Joshua Zirkzee goal. It was a nice cross into the box from him. But he had one play today after he came on where he tried to do too much, gave away the ball, and then Fulham went down the other way on a counterattack. And also at the end of the game, I mean, listen, I get Rashford. It was a poor pass by him, but Garnacho, you have to score that. You had a wide open net, and and you whipped on the ball. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Listen, if Garnacho wants to come on, he has to come on as an impact sub like he did today. Wasn't good, but we've seen him in other games when he comes on as an impact sub, he's able to score a goal like in the Community Shield against Man City. But then yeah, subs um we saw was it? We saw Mazraoui who came off and Maguire came off. They came off for Johnny Evans and Matthias Delit. So Delit would end up making his debut today, and from that, so Evans and Delit would come into center back. Lissandro Martinez would then move into left back, which he actually did look a lot better today at left back than he did in the Community Shield. I still though want to see him majority at the time though at center back because that is his best position. But Delit and Johnny Evans for the 10 minutes that they were on, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. And they did nothing really wrong. They just stood their ground and put in a decent performance for the time they were on. Then Ten Hag's last sub was he brought on McTominay, which you knew was going to happen because you could read Eric Ten Hag like a book. because McTominay's his last desperate attempt to try to get a goal there, and that's what he did all of last year. Now, look, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. But McTominay came on today. He really didn't have an impact whatsoever. But yeah, just the goal today from Joshua Zirkzee. Zirkzee came on, and it was really frustrating, right? Because as a link man, right, you want to give Zirkzee the ball, and for some reason they wouldn't give Zirkzee the ball. Whether that just they were avoiding him or they just couldn't get him the ball. But the one time they were able to get him the ball, Lissandro played a nice ball to Bruno. Um, Bruno then squared it into Xerxes in the middle of the pitch. He distributed it out to Casemiro. Casemiro then laid off to Garnacho, and then Xerxes with a nice run to the box. Garnacho with a nice cross, and Xerxes was able to put United up 1-0, and it was the eventual game winner. So look, what a really nice impact from Joshua Xerxes debut. Scored a goal in his Man United debut in front of the Stretford end. Things that you love to see. And listen, Xerxes has to start up top because, like I mentioned before, I don't know. I do not want to see any more of Mount and Bruno up top. It can't happen, and I refuse to watch it. And listen, Tena got lucky. He got lucky because Xerxes bailed him out today big time. But look, like I mentioned before in this game recap, some good things to take away, and some things that needs major improvement. But now United, 3 points plus one goal difference, sit at top of the Premier League for now, probably until tomorrow or Sunday when City play, and they'll probably beat Chelsea. They'll probably put up a couple goals on them. But yeah, look, now they get this game, and now their next game comes on Saturday against Brighton on the South Coast in Brighton. That's a 7:30 kickoff here. Eastern time, 12:30 over in England. So yeah, hopefully United can continue to push on and they get the win against Brighton and get 6 points from the first two games. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the game recap. Like I said before, leave a like and subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, baby. Glory, glory, Man United.